Guys, welcome to day 4 of building an app in 7-day challenge. So we are on day 4 today, as I mentioned, and let's see what do we have. So we are going to design and set up student dashboard. And if you remember, we have already done this on our day 2. So this is going to be pretty easy because we are just going to copy a few elements, make few tweaks, and we are good to go. So let's check our Figma file. What do we have to design over here? So students are going to have three navigation tabs. That is going to be home, booking, and account. And as you can see over here, over home, they're just going to have a view of all the upcoming boot camps. And then in the booking, they are going to have a list of all the boot camps wherein they have enrolled. All right. And moving on, and then we have an account wherein they can update their personal details. That's just going to be designation and their about section, and they can also deactivate their account with us. All right. So before that, I just noticed one small thing uh, on your group boot camp. All right. Just let's bring this up. Let's bring the repeating group over here. So over here, your padding might be 24, so you can just click on layout and make it 12 so that it looks really good. 24 was looking too chunky in my eyes, so you can go ahead and change this to 12. Same goes with the RG bootcamp TM, that is for the team members. Do the same thing. All right. And after that, we are going to I want you to go to data, in data types, and in the bootcamp, all right, we are going to create a new field called as enroll students. I'm just gonna recreate this again with you. I'm just gonna copy this. Let me just delete this. All right. So create a new field. Field name is going to be enroll students. Field type is going to be users, and this is going to be a list because bootcamp can is going to have a list of students enrolled to it. So make sure you check that box, hit create. There we go. I also updated it in the Notion doc. All right. All right. So let's check the Figma file. What do we have? All right. So the UI is somewhat similar to the admin. It's just we had tweaked the color. All right. So let's do this. So if you remember, we had already created a home page for our students. All right. So just make sure that you have set the page title as this, and the layout is column, width is 1440, height is 800, or you can work with 900. That's fine. Now we're going to go back to our dashboard and we're going to copy this floating group nav. All right. So right click, copy, head back to our home, and just paste this over here. Now we're going to change the color to our primary black color. This is going to be nav home. Let's change this to home as well. Let's change the icon, and this is going to be home modern. No, let's stick with just home. Looks good. And we're going to change the color of the nav home to our black. For bootcamp, again, we're going to rename this, and this is going to be before that we're going to remove the condition on these tabs as well. For now bootcamp, let's remove the condition, and let's rename this as booking. Change the color to black. Change this text to booking as well, and we're gonna change the icon to ticket. There we go. Now this one, let's remove the condition. Let's rename this to account. Again, this over here is going to be account, and the icon over here, let's see, is going to be cog 6 to just search for gear. And over here, select your icon, paste this. Let's change the color as well. And if you remember, we also had a few more two tabs that we had hidden it from the team members. So let's just get rid of it as well. So let's collab all of this. We do need nav home, we do need nav booking, we do need nav account, but we don't need registration and this one. So let's just get rid of this. All right. Now let's drop a group over here. Let's call this as group home. Head over to layout. Min width is going to be 0, min height is going to be 0, and check fit height to content. Scroll down, add a padding of 32 all around the edges. Let's add a there's no need to add a grow group as of now, so that's fine. And let's add a left margin of 240. There we go. Now let's see our Figma file. So we have already created this, if you remember. So we are just going to copy and paste it. Head back to dashboard, bring up group dashboard A. We're just going to copy this group. Right click, copy, head back to home. Make sure you click on group home and paste this over here. This is going to be home. This is fine. Actually, let's add a row gap of 24 on group home. All right. So here, the students can have view to all the upcoming boot camps. All right. So for this, let's make this from scratch. So there's going to be upcoming boot camps. This is going to be semi bold, and let's make this 18. Click on layout, min width 0, min height 0. Let's add one more text over here and just going to copy this. This is going to be our subtext, and the color is going to be our secondary color. Click on layout, min width 0, min height 0. There we go. Now let's group these two together into a column with a row gap of 6. Let's call this group title. All right, there we go. And let's also get rid of this min height. Let's add a button over here. This is going to be view all, and this is going to be a secondary button. And let's make this fit width to content, and height is going to be 40. Actually, let's make this for let's just stick to fit width to content as of now. Now I'm going to select group title and our button. Right click, group element into a row. We're going to add a row gap of 12 and a column gap of 24. We don't need to add a column gap because we are going to we're going to change the container alignment to be space between, and let's call this main title. Let's also center this. My bad. And let's select group main title and change min height to 0. Looks good. Now let's copy the repeating group over here. So let's open group bootcamp and let's bring up the first repeating group that we have. Right click, copy, head back to home, select group home, right click, paste. Now if you can see over here, we have an issue. So first let's change this to upcoming. All right. After this, we are going to change the filter over here or constraint, which is going to be, this status. Why does this happen? Status is equal to upcoming because we are just showing upcoming boot camps. That's it. Let's uncheck this box. No need of keeping that box checked. Let's get rid of the condition. Let's change this button to let's make it enroll now and change the style to primary button. Secondary button. Now let's select group main title and our rep- actually there is no need of doing that. Yeah, we are good to go. Now click on layout and check this because I don't want this to be visible on page load collapse when hidden. And now we are going to set the condition that we had set. So click on nav home, click on appearance. Let's add a workflow. We know this. Navigation, go to page is going to be home, data to be sent is going to be current user. We are going to send a parameter which is going to be v is equal to home. Now let's set a condition on this as well. Get data from page URL where parameter name is v is home. When this is true, this element is visible. Click on layout and let's make this fit height to content. I'm going to copy this expression, select nav home, paste this over here. When this is true, the background color is going to change to white with an opacity of 10. Now let's set things up for group booking. I'm just going to copy this. Let's hide group home. Select our page that is home, right click, paste. And let's call this group booking. Let's remove condition for time being. Click on layout. Let's uncheck this because we need some room to work on this. All right. So this is 24. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this. Oh yeah, I'm going to paste this in group title. Let's make this first. And let's just get rid of this whole group. So this one is going to be booking. Oh yeah, we're going to change this to my bookings. And this is going to be 24 bold. And let's copy this subtext over here and let's paste this over here as well. Actually, let's copy this whole group title. Copy this, paste this outside or paste this inside group booking, and let's just get rid of this because I don't want it, because we don't need the view all button, right? And I was just going to delete it, but then it's going to create two nested groups. So I don't like that. All right. Why is this hidden? Oh, okay. Let's make this visible on page load. Let's collapse. Let's uncheck this. Let's do the same thing for our group home as well. Okay. Make sure you have selected RG bootcamp upcoming, the one we just created. Yeah, and now it's going to be visible. All right, we are good to go. Now let's go back to booking. So over here, the type of content is going to be booking, and we are going to search for booking, wherein user is equal to current user. Let's close this. There we go. Now let's set the type of content on the whole. This is going to be booking card actually. Type of content is booking, current cell booking, and we need to change all of this. It's pretty easy. Let's do this. Parent group booking, boot camps, featured image, process with images. Come on, guys, we had done this. Zoom. This thing, select this group again, change this to booking, and this is going to be parent group. Wait a minute. This is going to be select this group chip, and again we're going to change this to booking, And now this is going to be parent group bookings, boot camps, status, display. Same goes with this parent group bookings, boot camps, boot camping. Over here, this the first one is enrollment type, duration, and then location type. Okay. Parent group booking. Okay, fine. So this works. Again, this is going to be parent group bootcamp. Ah, we have one more group over here, so let's change this as well. And now it's going to be parent group booking, bootcamps, tagline. For repeating group, this is fine. We are searching bootcamp is equal to parent group bookings, bootcamp. There we go. Uh, we did not need this button, so we are gonna get rid of this button. All right. Now, so when user, okay, before that, let's set the whole workflow. All right. So let's add a workflow now booking. Let me just check layout condition. Okay. So let's add a workflow again, which is going to be navigate to home. Current user parameter is v is equal to book. I'm just gonna stick with book. And over here, let's first set the condition on this nav tab. Get data from page URL. V is book, and this is true. Background color is white with an opacity of 10. I'm going to copy this expression and let's paste this in group booking over here. When this is true, this element is visible. All right. So we're going to create a pop-up. So when user clicks on their booking, is going to give them more details about their bookings. So I'm just going to show you how it's going to look in our Figma file. So this is how it's going to look. All right. We're just going to create one pop-up, but we are going to set a condition on the buttons. All right. So if it's going to be online, if the bootcamp is online, then it's just going to show the join button, which is then going to direct them to the Zoom link or whatever URL. But if it's an offline, okay, when it's offline, it's going to show the location of the bootcamp where it's going to happen, and it's also going to show the registration ID. All right. So let's do this. So I'm just going to hide this for time being, and let's drop a pop-up. All right. Let's call this as pop-up booking details. Click on layout. This is going to be column because we are stacking elements. Width is going to be 400. Height is going to be 700. For time being, we need some room to work on. Padding 24 or around the edges. Click on appearance. Type of content is going to be booking. As of now, keep data source empty. Roundness is going to be 10. Now, we had an image over here, so let's drop an image over here. Click on layout, uncheck fixed width. Min width is going to be 0. 240 is fine. I can work with 240. Roundness is going to be 5. Right? And let's add a row gap of 24 on our pop-up. Let's see what else do we have. So we have this group over here. We already used this group in our repeating group over here. So I'm just gonna bring this up, copy this, bring up our pop-up. Make sure you select the pop-up, right click, paste. It's showing us an issue because we haven't set the data for the image, but that's fine. What else do we have? We need this one as well. Again, I'm just going to copy this. Let's bring up our pop-up and let's paste this over here. All right. This is going to be okay. We're going to add one more text over here, and this is going to be the location. So let's make this location space, and for time being, I'm just gonna enter a dummy data. Click on rich text editor, and we're gonna bold this location text. And over here, select only Europe, and let's insert dynamic data, which is going to be parent group booking. Let's go with bootcamps. Look, you can use the bookings location, or you can use bootcamps location. Anything works, because when we are making the sale, when we're going to work on the Stripe API, we're gonna get all the data as well, right? So it doesn't matter if you use the booking data or the bootcamps data, reference data. So it's going to be location. There we go. Now we're gonna click. As of now, let's keep this. I don't need this repeating group. Looks good. Let me just check. All right. Now it's time to add buttons. So this one is going to be view agenda. This one is going to be ghost button. Click on layout. Uncheck fixed width. Min width is going to be 0. Height is going to be 40. Let's copy and paste this button. This one is going to be join. This is going to be secondary button. Now we're gonna head over to layout, uncheck this because I don't want this to be visible. Collapse when hidden, and we're gonna set a condition, which is going to be parent group bookings boot camp location type is online. Then only this element is visible. All right. I'm going to copy this, select pop-up booking details, and paste this over here. This one is going to be registration ID. All right. And we are going to insert dynamic data over here, which is going to be parent group bookings booking ID. Let's go with booking ID. Let's be consistent. All right. And in the condition, if the location type is offline, then only this element is visible. I'm going to copy this expression, and we're going to do the same for the location. All right, click on layout. Again, same step, and check this box, click on condition, define a new condition, paste an expression. When this is true, that is when this particular booking or this bootcamp is offline, this element is visible. Now over your dynamic image is going to be parent group booking, boot camps, feature image, process with imagex. Check this box. Run mode rendering is going to be zoom. Now let's group these three buttons together into a column container with a row gap of 12. 12. Yeah, and let's call this group buttons. All right. Collapse one hidden, collapse one hidden. This is 12, this is fine. Now, when user clicks on group booking card, we are going to add a workflow. That is show the pop-up, and then we are going to again display data, push data from the repeating group in our pop-up. So for that, in element action, display data, we are going to select the element. What is going to be the element? Pop-up. The data we are going to display is going to be current cell booking. We have 0 issues now. All right, now select this group booking, click on layout, and check this box that is fit height to content. Let me just check if we have set everything properly. Yep, we have set everything properly. Now I'm going to select group booking, right click, copy. Let's hide group booking. And now it's time to work on account. Let's paste this. Again, let's remove condition, click on layout. We need some room to work on over here. Let's get rid of this. And let's change this to group account. Let's call this account. Let's see what do we have. Oh, I'm just going to copy this account. Let's actually make it more personalized. My account. All right. So now let's see. Let's break down the design over here. So we have this main container, which is set as row because we are stacking elements horizontally. All right. This is group. Let's call this group left. In group left, even this is set as row because if you notice over here, this is one group and this is a different group or an element and is set as row. And this is column because we have stacked them. All right. So let's work on this. It will be pretty easy. So let's head back to bubble editor. Let's drop a group over here. Let's call this group account container. Click on layout. Min width 0, min height 0. Let's make this fit height to content because we need some room to work on. We are going to set the container layout to be row. Row gap is going to be 12. Column gap is going to be 24. Now let's add this group over here. We don't need this account. This is going to be personal details and the font size is going to be 18, and we are going to use update your personal details over here. There we go. Now let's see. So we have used this similar user interface before, so we are just going to copy it, head back to onboarding. Let's bring up TM, and I'm just going to copy this whole thing, group E. All right, and your instance is going to be something different. Just copy this whole group, head back to home, bring up group account, select group container, right click, paste. I'm going to select group avatar and I'm going to bring it outside and drop it in group account container. All right, there we go. So you can see we have this over here. Now let's select this. Actually, let's do this again. I want student actually, not the team member. So yeah, let's do this again. Copy, head back to home, select group account container, paste this. Let's bring this outside. Now I'm going to select this. Let's call this as group details. All right. I'm going to select group details. Select this one, group title, right click, group elements into a container. Let's call this group right container. I'm just running out of name, guys. And let's add a row gap of 24. All right, and let's make this group title as first. Okay, now that this is done, let's also get rid of this min height. Man, I'm starting to hate this bug, seriously. Messes the whole design again. Whew. All right, So let's first, now it's time to group this. Let's call this group avatar. Again, let's get rid of this min height and let's make this fit width to content. All right. So I'm going to select this group avatar and our group right container, right click, group them into a row container. Now let's get rid of min height, and this is going to be main, like group right, main group right. All right. And let's add a column gap of 24. Is it 24, 12? It's 24 and 32 on the edges. But I'm not going to go with 32. Let's stick with 24. There we go. Click on appearance. Let's add a roundness of 10. Let's add a solid border with our border color. And we are good to go. Now, I'm just going to copy group right container. All right. Select our group account container and paste this over here. And let's call this group. Actually, oh, this one is left. Yeah, so let's call this as group left, and this is going to be group right. Let's also get rid of this avatar. We don't need that text. Okay, so this over here is going to be wish to leave us. And the subtext is going to be this. We don't need this whole group details as of now. Oh, for time being, let's keep this. We forgot to add one thing. We need to add a button in group right container. So just drop it and make sure you put it in group right container. All right. This is going to be, the button is going to be secondary button, and let's call this as update, and let's make it uncheck fixed width. Min width is going to be 0, min height is going to be 40, and let's make this last. We're going to copy this button again, and we're going to paste this in group right. And now let's get rid of this whole group details. This is going to be delete. Let's see the color. It is D84315. I'm just going to copy this, paste this over here. Click on layout and let's make this fit width to content. Now let's add some padding to group right 24. Click on appearance. Let's add a roundness of 10. Let's add a solid border with our border color. Nice. Now we're going to drop a group again inside of this because we have this icon over here, right? So we're going to make use of group. Let's call this group icon. This is going to be 40 by 40. So let's make this, keep this fixed 40 by 40. Click on appearance. We're going to add a dark background color or a black color. Round is going to be 100 because we want this to be full round. In layout, click on centered. And now we're going to drop a outline icon over here inside of this group icon. Let's center this as well. Width and height is going to be 21 by 21. Now over here in hero icon, just search for minus, and we're going to use this one, use a minus. So let's search use a minus. There we have it. Let's change the color and make it white. All right. Why can't I see the, oh, it's white. Yeah, now it looks good. Now I'm going to select group account container, click on layout, fit height to content, select group account, fit height to content. Now let's set things up. All right. This over here is, we're going to set the initial content as current users designation. This one is going to be current users about. When user clicks on update, we are just going to update three things. That is going to be avatar, designation, and about. Add a workflow, make changes to a thing, which is going to be current user. We're going to add avatar, which is going to be picture uploader avatar students value. Then we have designation, which is going to be input designation students value. And the last one is about, which is going to be multi-line about students value. There we go. Now for delete, we are not actually going to delete. Oh, before that, let's put this, make this first. Yeah. Now for deleting, we're not going to actually delete the student. We are just going to deactivate them. So instead of delete, let's call this as deactivate. All right. And let's add a workflow. And over here, we are going to again make changes to a thing, which is going to be current user. And we are just going to change the status, user status to inactive. That's it. And after that, we are going to log the user out, and then navigate him to sign up page, which is our index page. Now, for enhancing the user experience, what you can do, instead of directly deactivating or deleting an account, you can add a pop-up. You can show a pop-up, and in that pop-up you can have a text field which shows that, are you sure you want to deactivate your account? Because once you deactivate, you're going to lose all your data and stuff. And then you can add a button at the end that is, yes, I confirm. And after that, and then we can add this whole workflow on that yes I delete button, just for enhancing the user experience. All right, just a tip for you guys. All right, now let's work on these condition. Again, navigate, go to page home. We had done this, come on, we know this. Account, head back, set condition, get data from page URL. We is account. When this is true, background color is white with an opacity of 10. Copy this expression. We're going to paste this expression on our group account. When this is true, this element is visible. Now, when we are onboarding or logging in our students, we do need to set the parameters on those two pages, that is onboarding and login. So let's set that thing up. So let's first set on onboarding. All right. Let me just check. Yeah, this is for students. So I'm just going to change color code this and make it blue so that, we can distinguish. Over here on step 3, we're going to check this box, and it's going to be v is equal to home. All right. Let's do the same thing for our login as well. So when user logs in, this is the one. Again, check this box. V is equal to home. All right. Yeah. Let me see what else is left. Let's first log in. Let's create an account for Sasha, who is a student. So she doesn't have she's not signed up. So let's Sasha Woods. I also, yeah, we do need to work on one thing. I just remembered one thing, the logout thing. I don't think so. We have set the workflow for this, have we? Ah, no. So let's create that element. Outline icon is clicked. This is going to be outline icon log out. Just going to log the user out. Navigate him to login page. Where's the login page? There's the login page. All right. I'm just going to copy this email ID and let's refresh this. Let's start this again. Let's onboard Shasha. Sign up. Let's upload her photo. So from the asset file, just select Sasha's profile picture. Over here is going to be UX designer. About us, I just love designing apps. Save and next. Boom. Works like charm. Let me see booking. Ideally, we shouldn't see any booking. An account. We need to set this thing up. Let's bring up group account, and over here dynamic data, current users, avatar, process with images. Bada bing, bada boom. Amazing. Now let's log in as Max, and let us see. Let's see if we have one more student as Sasha. So technically, we should have two students. The first one, John Doe, that we created on day one, and then Sasha. So let's see. Log in. Students active. There we go. So we are done with our day four task. We have actually worked on a lot of stuff, right? So on day five, we are going to work on basically design the edit bootcamp page and set few privacy rules. So I'm just going to give you a sneak peek over here. So this is what we are going to build, and I'm going to simplify this whole process. All right. So stick with me. We are going to create this whole thing. We're going to set custom states. We're going to create agenda, teams, add team members, set the inclusions. Amazing stuff. All right. This is going to be pretty simple. Okay. It looks too overwhelming, but trust me, I'm here with you guys and we're going to do this. Come on, guys. We are on track. So I'll see you on day five. Thank you. Do like and subscribe. Have a good day.